This movie was genuinely hilarious and one of the funniest films I've seen this year, and I don't think it intended it to be. It was great acting, great characters, great just character building in general, and let's just talk about it. Welcome back to Andrew's Movie Reviews. Today we watched The Accountant 2, and we're also trying to be a little more clickbaity because I got to practice for my new job. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that means you're not watching enough of my videos. So if you like watching me, and if you like watching movie reviews and just like general life stuff, subscribe to my channel. Or follow me on TikTok, wherever you're watching this. It helps me out and it makes me want to do more stuff like this. But yeah, like I said, The Accountant 2, just finished that. I knew this movie was going to come out, so in preparation a couple months ago, I did watch the first Accountant, and I thought it was cool, but it wasn't really anything special about it. It was just like, it was generic, right? Nothing crazy. It was good, but not crazy, right? But this film, genuinely, much better. Yeah, I can say much better than the first one. So the first thing about this film, like I said, fucking funny as hell. Ben Affleck, John Bernthal, I don't know how to say his last name, I'm so sorry. They have a great brother dynamic that feels genuine. And like the brother banter they have is so fucking funny. And like the character of Ben Affleck is obviously, he's like, I don't know if they describe it as autistic or just like, I don't know. We'll call it that. And if I'm wrong, I'll leave a note, and I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But like the way they like use that trait to like create comedic moments, but just like his character in general is actually really good. I do have a note I want to talk about that at near the end of the video, so I'll come back to it. But just know for right now, his character trait does set up a lot of comedic moments, which is funny as shit. Like his basically like his lack of like social awareness. And they have this shouldn't be spoilery, but they have like a common, like, there's points in the film, right, where like he's trying to like talk to women basically to like stop being so socially awkward, I guess. And it just plays. It's just really funny. It's really funny. It has a lot of character. So the one thing this film does really well that the first one, I don't want to say it didn't, but this movie definitely fleshes out the characters more. Like the first movie is a lot more action heavy and like relies on that, but this film wasn't as action heavy, but it built on the characters a lot more. And sometimes that could be a little detrimental because there were some parts where like it got a little slow down. It got a little slow. The story, I mean, to like establish these characters more, and I wish it had a little bit more action, but it definitely wasn't like too much. It wasn't too boring. It wasn't too slow, if that makes sense. Let me give a number real quick before I keep moving on. I was debating if I wanted to give this, wanted this to be a member of the 8 Club, and I was thinking of like, because my favorite 7 film right now, I think, was Warfare, and I gave that a 7.9. I'm pretty sure on my letterbox. I'll post it right now if you care. So I honestly, I think I liked it more than the majority of the films I've watched this year. So I think I will give it just like a straight up 8. I think it did make the 8 threshold, but I don't know if I loved it. Definitely not as much as Sinners. I fucking loved Sinners. But yeah, I don't think it's better than Sinners, but it's definitely, I like watching it more. I don't know if I was in the mood for this film and it just clicked better for me, because sometimes I watch different films and I'm not really like feeling it, but I felt this one. Let's put it that way, right? So I'll give it the 8. I think I'll give it the 8. It's a good, solid watch. I recommend it. I don't know if I'd go to theaters for it, but like if you need something to watch it. I have a story I'll come back to. I know I have like a bunch of stories to get back to, so I'm sorry, but I'll get into it later at the end of the video. But like I said, it's funny as shit. Acting was really good. The villains, I liked the villains, but I also feel like they didn't really get a lot of screen time, if that makes sense. Like I feel like they never really established the villains. It's just like some of the villains, they're doing a bad thing, and that's why you should hate them, which is fair. I know not every film has to have like a Thanos level boss where like he's super fleshed out, but this one just kind of felt like generic bad guy, which I don't hate, but I don't like need to love a villain to hate the villain, if that makes sense. Like I don't need to understand the villain, but sometimes I like a little character, you know what I mean? But definitely like a note I have, let's say. But the majority of the cast was really good. Everyone plays their roles well, and obviously Ben Affleck and John Bernthal, I still can't say his name. They're good actors, so I'm happy they were utilized well. Especially, I forgot if I mentioned this already, but I liked how in the first one, well, I like how in this movie they use characters from the first one more, like his brother, basically like a main character in this movie, which was like a side character in the first film, kind of. And like the voice behind I don't know names, but the voice behind the phone in the first movie is used a lot more in this film. So I really like that. I just like how more fleshed out this story was. And the action is always, it's good. I don't know if I want to say it's, well, here's the thing, right? I think it might be better than the first one because the first one's more action heavy than this one is, but this one still has great action and just cool set pieces in general. Like the final shootout, I don't want to spoil anything, so this shouldn't be a spoiler, but the final shootout was really cool. Let's put it that way. But yeah, besides that, that's all I really have unspoilery wise. We can move on to the spoilers. I don't really have a lot to talk about spoiler wise, but we can still talk about some stuff. So spoilers right now. So one thing I want to start off with. So when I talked about my review on The Amateur, I said how I don't like how technology is super overpowered and like just like a shitty trope. This one doesn't really have that. It has technology and it uses it in like a, not an overpowered way, but like a important way, right? But it's all like semi-grounded, which I like. So like when they hack into the house using the like smart appliances inside the house, that's a completely plausible thing and I know it can happen. So that's cool. When they hack into like the street lights and the cameras and all that, I'm sure you can do that. So it was like it's something stupid, like they hack into a boat and change the directions of it. It's all things that are plausible. So that's why I don't hate it. It's a little unrealistic, don't get me wrong, like having fucking kids hack into like different things. They're like hacking savants. It's a movie. Obviously, it's not going to be like grounded in reality, and I shouldn't expect it to be grounded in reality, so I don't hate it. But it was for what it was good. That makes sense. So it wasn't completely unbelievable. It was grounded. I could see it being a possible reality. So yeah, I already forgot I talked about this, but I think I did. But how Ben Affleck tries to meet partners. It was actually really funny. I think my favorite scene in the entire movie is when they go into like the cowboy bar and like he has this real moment of redemption with that one girl while he's dancing, and that shit was kind of funny. But then like he gets people to start a fight with him, and so fucking his brother can come beat the shit out of him. And it was so like the funniest moment of the film was like the brother comes like to beat up the fucking other guys, and it pauses the screen on his face, and it just cuts to getting people being thrown out the fucking window. That shit was so fucking funny, bro. I was fucking everyone. So it was super packed today for some reason. So everyone was fucking laughing throughout the whole movie. Basically, it was so fucking funny. Maybe that's like maybe the reason I laugh so much is because of the other people were laughing around me. Because like I said, it was super packed inside there, like almost sold out for some reason. I don't know why, but I do think it was genuinely funny. Yeah, I don't really have much else to talk about. I will say I feel like the motivations behind this film were another note I have. The whole reason that like he went on his like mission to save these kids is just because what's her face, Medina. I think that's her name, Medina, asked her to. And he's like, why are you helping me? Because you asked me to. But like even when she left, they're still like trying to like fix the problem. And it's like maybe it's just like the good kindness of their heart. I don't know why they wanted to, like there was nothing for them to gain. Especially for Braxton. I know his name. Braxton. Like, especially for him. Like, he has nothing to gain out of this. Yeah, he can spend time with his brother. But, like, he almost died for this mission. But, like, what's his motivation behind this mission? Like, the only reason they did it, like, maybe it's for, fuck names. Holy shit. King? Was it King? I'll fucking put it up there. Maybe it was because they wanted to avenge him for the guys who tried to kill him. But, like, I don't know. It just felt like the first movie, he had a clear motivations. And this movie, I don't know if his motivations were super clear. Maybe it doesn't need to have a good motivation. I was just like, at some point, it was like, why did they do this? You know what I mean? Like, was it a favor? Was it revenge? Was it just because he can? I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of my final thoughts. I don't have a lot to talk about this film. Like, it's a solid to great film. Like I said, the 8. I just don't think this is going to be a movie I'm going to think about a lot. Like, it's not a forgettable film. I don't know. But it's definitely not something that's going to, like, stay in my mind like Sinners has. Sinners has stayed in my mind because that movie's fucking great. The more I talk about Sinners, the more I want to give it a higher review, but I'll leave it where it is. But, yeah. So, the one note I wanted to talk about real quick. This might be a super snowflake take of me, but though I feel like the way, like I said earlier, how his like trait, his like autism is played for jokes. I feel like this might be snowflakey of me, but I feel like it's not a great thing to make autism a comedic point. We're basically making fun of him for being autistic. Let's be honest. Let's be fucking honest here. The reason it was so funny is because we're basically making fun of him for being autistic. And I don't know if I love that. I get that's how they wanted to write it, but like, I just imagine, I'm not saying I'm outraged by it. I'm 100% not outraged by it. I'm just imagining Twitter, like, taking hold of this film and being like, oh, it's making fun of autism and fuck them for doing that. Like, Yeah, kind of, in a way, honestly, maybe it did, but I don't think it was in a hateful or like just a bad view in general. And I think honestly, there are parts where like I feel like they really like elevate that, like kids who are like autistic have like not superpowers, but like they have great minds, like they can accomplish a lot. And at that point, I do really like that. So I don't know, like I guess it balances out in my head personally. I don't know how others feel. I don't know if you're still watching this and if you have feelings about that. Like, do you feel like they're playing autism as a joke, or if they're like giving it the respect it deserves with the other kind of kid characters? I don't know. Last thing I wanted to mention, like I said, the theater was packed, and this is the first movie I've been to all year that was like, besides the, I think this has had more people than when I went to watch Drop on the movie Mystery Movie Monday. I think the reason why is because Star Wars is being re-released, and like there's a fuck ton of people watching Star Wars. I literally had to pay 50 cents to buy a ticket because I didn't want to wait in line to buy a ticket because it was so fucking busy. So I bought it. Like I was there, I made it there, and I didn't want to wait in line because I was running late. So I bought it on my phone, the ticket, and then I showed it to him. But yeah, so like my point being is that watching movies with other people is kind of fucking annoying because there's one guy in front of me talking to his family like a lot, and there's another guy to my left who was talking to another guy. And then at some points he would like pull out his phone, the guy in front of me would pull out his phone to check if he still had his stuff. Cause like anytime someone walked by, he would like double check no one fucking robbed him. Bro, I mean, I don't know what happened in your past that made you that paranoid, but like no one's gonna rob you. I mean, maybe they will. Maybe that's why she's traumatized, but like no one's gonna fucking rob you, bro. You don't gotta pull your fucking phone out, turn on the fucking screen, and check if no one's fucking robbed you yet. Like it's fucking annoying. And then sometimes they're like people are just talking during the film, and it was kind of fucking annoying. But also I was kind of annoying because I sat on like the opposite side of the door, but I sat at the very top. So when I went to go to the bathroom the one time, I had to walk in front of everybody, and my social anxiety was like, "You're being fucking annoying right now," because I had to walk in front of a few people. So that kind of sucked. But besides that, it was fine. It was fine. I prefer empty theaters, but it's only like 9 o'clock right now, almost 10 o'clock right now. I have to work tomorrow morning super early, so like I didn't want to go to a super late one, so maybe that was my fault. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Next week, I'm probably going to watch the Thunderbolts, which I'm actually excited about. I don't have expectations for it, but I'm actually kind of excited about it. The trailers did get me a little bit of excitement. It might be a piece of shit. Who knows? We'll find out next week. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, whatever fucking posting on nowadays. And yeah, goodbye.